Hi everyone, welcome back, and today I will be reviewing Butterick 5917. Now as you can see, the fabric is black, so I'm going to try my best to show you guys the details. I made view A, and the fabric I used is a poly spandex woven. It is glossy on the outer side of the fabric. You probably could see it there. And the inner side of the fabric is a matte finish, but it is a stretchy woven. So let me tell you guys the story with this fabric. So I bought this fabric back in the spring in New York at Metro Textiles. When I first saw it, I was like, oh my gosh, I have got to get this fabric. It looks like it's a taffeta, but it's not. As I said, it's a poly spandex. But when I looked at it, I said, I don't really have that many formal occasions to go to. So why am I getting this? It's probably just going to sit in my stash. I'm buying it because I like it, which is not a problem, but you know how it is. When you know your issues, you try to you try to prevent yourself from doing what you always do that you shouldn't do. So I got it anyway, of course, impulse shopping. And I got home and I said, okay, well now I have to find a simple dress so that I can make an LBD. I looked through all the patterns and I just wasn't impressed by anything. I was like, that's too simple, that's too plain, that's too boring. And then I just, of course, folded up and put it back in the container, which is exactly what I didn't want to do. And then when Butterick released their early autumn collection, of course this dress came out, and I said, oh, you know what, that would be a really good option because it has like the little ruffle detail, but is otherwise just a simple sheet dress. And then a few weeks ago I saw Goodbye Valentino on PR. She posted a black version of this dress, and that totally sealed the deal for me. I was like, you know, it is rare that you actually see a review with exactly what you're trying to do. So I was like, okay, well, that's a done deal. I'm going to go ahead and make it. And so that is how the way, that's the inspiration for the dress. So everything that's been written before about this dress is absolutely true. The length is good. You know, I am 5'4". So when you see how the way the dress looks on me, you'll be able to judge what you need to do with your version of this dress. Mine's measured 39 inches finished, which is good because, you know, I like my dresses to be by my knee for work. One of my pet peeves, I hate to see women walking around pulling their dresses down. So that's why I try to make mine a little longer so I won't have to be doing that. So the other review says to go down a size. And I didn't want to go down a size. I just wanted to, I didn't want to go down a size because I get really weird about going down sizes with wovens because if it's too big, at least you could take it in. But if it's too small, you got a problem. But I understand why they say to go down a size because you see these gathers right here, they are giving you more ease in the bust area, and that extra ease is making your bodice bigger. So the negative ease is going to work to your advantage if you have probably maybe a BC cup. And when I was looking at the measurements after the dress was made, I was like, you know what? I made my usual size that I use for my wovens, which is a size 14. Looking at the measurements, I was like, well, I definitely needed to go down a size. And I probably should have checked that. But, of course, you know, everything that you learn from the pattern is after you actually make it, right? So the bodice is fully lined front and back, and so the lining is in the back portion and it's in the two front sides. The actual yoke itself is lined. So what's going on is that, you know, this is sewn between these two pieces. And then the bottom here, unless you actually line it, the bottom is going to be just serged to stitched to the bottom piece, and you know you're going to have to serge it, and that's going to be it. I did not choose to line this dress because this fabric is really thick. So I was like, I really do not need the additional lining. I think just serging the seams would have been good enough. And the sleeve itself is self-lined, so that means that you could see it here that it is lined with its own fabric and it's understitched right there. This isn't just to line the dress. It really is to give that sleeve the structure for it to kind of like sit on your arm really well. When you see the pictures, you'll see exactly how the way it looks. And on this kind of thicker fabric, it really shows you how nice the structure of the sleeve is. I could tell you that putting in the sleeve, you would never believe. It took me about half an hour per sleeve to get it to go in this smooth with no gathers, nothing at all. This was the challenging part of the dress. As simple as it seems, this is the part that really just took everything out of me. So yeah, so that is the sleeve treatment. So as for my adjustments, when I finished putting this dress together, I realized that the hip fit really well, but the waist, I wasn't seeing that much shaping in the waistline. And you know me, I have to have shaping. I need to. So instead of taking it in on the sides, I decided to deepen the front darts. Now, this is the one thing I'm going to say about this pattern. This is why I'm definitely highly recommending this pattern. If you are pear shaped, this is such a good place to have built-in darts so that you could go ahead and shape and sculpt that waistline out. Usually with other dresses without those side darts, I should say, you have to kind of like tweak it from the side and probably try to pull the ease out in the back, but this is already done for you. So that's where I did my adjustments and I got it to fit pretty well. And as for the vent, there is like this little vent in the back of the dress. I totally eliminated putting it in my dress because it has enough ease in this dress so that you don't even need it. And if you don't need a vent, why even put it in there? So I just stitched it all up. And this is the upper bodice of the back of the dress. This dress is giving me so much problems to record because it's black, so I'm trying to show you guys it in pieces because when I show you the whole thing, it's blurring the video. So yeah, this is the back portion of the dress. That's what that looks like. The ruffle comes up behind your neck. I thought something was wrong at first. I was like, oh my God, you know, because you know, if you've been sewing a lot, you know what I mean. Anytime you see like extra length up here, you always think that you have fitting issues at your back neckline and you need a petite adjustment. So when I saw this whole thing standing up higher than the back of my actual neck, I was like, oh my God, you know, what is going on? I can't fix this right now. But that's exactly how the way it's supposed to go. And so that's basically it, you guys. Easy dress. Do I recommend it? Yes, I recommend it. I think it's great. Everything everyone says is true. I would absolutely say look at the measurements on the envelope. You probably need to go down a size or two because of all the ease in the bodice area, exactly what was said before. And yeah, it's very quick to put together and I think you will enjoy it. So now I will show you the look of the day.